call the Johnson County Board of Education meeting to order for April 24th, 2017. First order of business, I'll turn it over to Mr. Samuel.
Well, we may have to wait a minute or two, get him as he comes in the door. I think
Okay.
Jordan will be here, so, I mean, we can, if you want to, we can jump back and do that. He was coming from baseball practice, have to talk to his coach, and press them both. Mr. Halsey's talked to him today. And
Yes, he will be
Sean,
here.
so-
They had practice. I reminded him. He's probably just running a minute behind, but that's a pretty high honor that that young man's received.
Very good. Next order, I need a motion to approve the minutes from March 27th, 2017's regular meeting and April 17th, 2017 special call meeting, and bills and payroll through April the 20th of 2017. Is there a motion to do so?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next we have Mr. Adams.
We are, on down here, you'll see that, but we've got our information in, you have the booklets there on the RFP for the performance contracting that's going out. To this date, we have, I'll go ahead and let you know, and we'll discuss that later. We have 15 work orders, all that's out there hanging right now. We've been able to get everybody caught up, we're working on our air conditioners right now. Everything's going extremely well, so we're very pleased with how well the guys have worked and got us back to where we needed to be. But, like I said, the booklets are there for you to look at for the performance contracting, and we'll discuss that on down in the, where we're at right now. Everything's going really well with our facilities.
Very good. Thank you for that report. Next, new business, Mr. Adams.
By law, we are required to have our bleachers inspected yearly. This is, this company, that the quote you have there is, they've been doing our bleacher inspection for the last several years. They do a really good job. In fact, they've probably installed the majority of our bleachers that we have in our system. I recommend that we take this price and let them continue to do the work for us that they've been doing up to this point.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Is there a second? Motion's made and seconded. Any discussion? If there'll be none, we'll call for a vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 5D, Mr. Yons.
He is currently not here, he is on jury duty. Again, this year we again used non-traditional instructional days for Johnson County Schools. We've used 5 of those days this year. Again, the state allocates up to 10 per year. Being a very mild winter, we've been very fortunate not having to use more than that. And we'd like to ask you to continue our participation in that, and go ahead and submit our data and information to do that for the 17-18 school year.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve?
So made.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? If there'll be none, we'll call for a vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. 5C.
I guess we would like you to approve the code of conduct student handbook for next year. We're not anticipating any changes at this time, and again, we have to get it in the earlier date, so it will be ready come the middle of July for printing and get back to us from our printer to distribute to our kids at the end of the school year.
Thank
So
you.
it's typically what we're doing in previous years.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
Motion's been made and second. Any discussion? If there'll be none, we'll call for a vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 5D, Mr. Burchett.
Each year, the Education Professional Standards Board requires us to ask for permission to hire emergency substitute teachers for the upcoming school year. You're just submitting a motion and a minute number saying, yes, Johnson County Schools does want to participate in that for next year. We anticipate no more than 50 to 60 emergency hire subs.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve?
So made.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If there be none, call for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. 5E, Mr. Sayer.
Again, we asked you to improve the equivalent tax rate election, which is scheduled in my discussions with both our county clerk and our county attorney on May 23rd in Johnson County. Here we asked you to approve that this time.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve?
So made.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? If There being none, we'll call for a vote. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 5F, Mr. Sayer.
Again, we ask you to approve the honors contract for fiscal year 17. It is the same amount that it has been for the last 3 or 4 years on it, so we ask you to approve our contract once again.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? There be none, we'll call for a vote. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. 5G, Mr. Sayer.
You will find beside you, we have had 2 proposals submitted for our request for proposal on guaranteed energy savings contract. Last week at the deadline, or turned in before the deadline, one of them is from Amoresco, the other one is from CMTA. We'd ask you to take these and look at them, and feel free to ask questions to myself and Mr. Adams. We've looked at them pretty extensively here in the last 2 or 3 days. We also would like to set up time to ask both those companies to come in and us be able to ask questions, do interviews with each one of those, determine what's the best fit for Johnson County Schools going forward.
Thank you.
At a date that'd be convenient for all of each of you all.
Thank you. 5H, approved student trips. Mr. Sean Caskey.
We asked the board to approve our end-of-year trip for always perfect attendance and accelerated reader year-long goal. Camden Park, PTO will be furnishing that trip for us.
Thank you. Mr. Tom Cochran.
We're asking permission to travel to Charleston, Virginia, to Barnum and Bailey Circus for a rewards trip for our students as well. PTO will be covering that.
Thank you. Mr. Jeff Cochran.
Same with Mr. Castle, we're going to Camden Park.
Thank you. Mr. Easton.
Something going on, I don't know what this says. Hang on just
And your trip I stayed South Charleston.
okay. We asked you to approve that, presented by him.
Is there a motion to approve all student trips?
So moved.
Motion's made in second. Motion's made in second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. 5I, approval of community use of facilities. Mr. Tom Cochran.
The Sports City U out of West Virginia is asked to use our gymnasium for a dribbling camp. Do have that application on file, and interest on file, and all paperwork has been submitted.
Thank you. Mr. Halsey.
Point of Joy Dance has asked to use the high school gymnasium again for their summer recital, June 10th. They've completed the paperwork, they have their liability insurance and everything's in order, so we'd ask that you approve that because a number of our students countywide participate with that dance program.
Thank you. Mr. Johnson.
Cal Rip. Asked you to approve using our facilities for Cal Rip program here at Johnson County this year.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve all uses?
Motion approved.
Motion's made, seconded by Mr. Davis. Any discussion?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
all right, don't be sorry.
I would really like to see us approve the use of the field for Cal Ripken earlier than we do. February or maybe.
When we approved, how long was that? So what's the timeframe on it? Was it a year?
What I'm saying.
I take it generally as a year.
We did it last year at this time, I would imagine, so.
Yeah, but they're already planning on the field.
I don't think that'd be an issue. I mean, we could ask them to provide that to you, January, February,
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, no big deal, and just, I feel a bit better about it if we approve before they start playing.
Point taken. Thank you. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. You also have the superintendent's report, and
He is on his way.
very good. We're going to take a brief break here unless Mr. Sayer wants to enlighten us on anything.
Sorry, bad for the play.
A lot of things going on right now at Johnson County Schools. Testing's going on, K-Prep at the various elementary schools, high school, middle school, end of course exams. The high school, Ms. Patton, if I leave something out, feel free to jump in here and say it. We did
K-Prep started today,
1 and 2 last week at elementary schools.
and end of course starts Thursday. So busy week with testing last week too.
This weekend, prom and project prom here at the high school, so I've never been to project prom. I've actually come out and just kind of see how that goes at the high school. It's always been a wonderful thing. I guess Miss Karen deserves most of the credit for that back there, organizing, getting that going for our kids. Number of scholars, how many scholarships this year do you have?
We have 15 $500
15
scholarships.
To pass out, along with various other opportunities for TVs and refrigerators and numerous other dorm room
Computers.
type items, I'll say it like that, Karen, if you wanna. Also, this coming Thursday at 6:30, Commissioner Pruitt will be at the Mountain Arts Center he's doing his town hall meetings across the state. So we invite you out to any of those. I think, he's gonna meet with some of the local superintendents. He's asked us to be there at 5:30, kind of meet with him a little early before he does his public town hall meeting. But again, it's an open forum. We invite everyone out to that. He'll be talking more about Senate Bill 1 and the testing and all those things that's gonna be new here as we go forward here.
I want to, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to brag on Mr. Cochran and his staff at Central Elementary. My wife sent me this morning, my little boy, he's in the 4th grade, and his teacher, Mrs. Halsey, and my little boy's got, he gets nervous, he worries about things, he overthinks things, but anyway, they started testing today, and my wife sent me this picture. Miss Halsey, before all the students got there this morning, she went and wrote on each one of their desks a positive thing to get them comfortable. And it said, "Dear Bracken, you're an awesome reader. You're going to do great. Remember to answer all questions. Love you, Mrs. Halsey." And she done it for all of them, and I thought it was tremendous. So tell Miss Halsey we appreciate that, Mr. Cochran.
And I think if you look back and ask each one of them, they're through the schools, through the PTOs and the various things, there's a lot of positive reinforcement going on with testing at each one of the elementary schools. Same thing down here at the middle school, down where Joe's here or not. He wasn't, but I mean, very positive down here when I was seeing it, they were passing out treats and things.
It's just impressive, it's really impressive.
That's just a compliment to the type of staffs we have here and teachers we have here in Johnson County Schools. They all go beyond the extra duty to do those things, what's doing right for kids here in Johnson County. Russ, you got?
Jordan was on his way, he's not made it yet. I don't know, I talked to Coach Hall, but if you don't mind, I'd like to just mention it. We're honored to have Jordan Blanton selected as the Dr. Rudy Ellis Sports Medicine male athlete in Kentucky this year. Essentially, this group looks across the state at every high school, every class, every size, across all sports, and selects one individual each year as the all-around male athlete in the state of Kentucky this year. Of course, Blanton is a multi-sport athlete for us, football, baseball, wrestling. He's got numerous regional state titles in the various disciplines, and that is one heck of an honor. Of course, we've got 2 big games coming up, one at home tomorrow against Paintsville, and then we go over to the other side of town Wednesday. So I assume he's getting all the batting practice in he can, so I apologize he couldn't be here. But if you see that young man out, please let him know that we're honored in Johnson County. To our knowledge, we've never had the overall male or female athlete of the year from Johnson County.
Well, we actually have.
Oh, have
In 2012, J.J. Jude was selected.
Did he actually
The
get?
same award, so I mean, I've done a little research on that, he
I
did
didn't know that
that.
JJ got that.
Not very many times happens here in Eastern Kentucky. I think the female last year was Whitney Creech up at Jenkins.
Yeah.
Again, Jordan has been a tremendous 3-sport athlete for us at John Central, as well as excellent ACT scores, and again, it would be hard to find just a better all-around young man in character and moral issues and those type of things than Jordan Blanton. He has won many things here. Again, he will accept the Rudy J. Ellis Sports Medicine Center Male Athlete of the Year Award in Louisville on June 1st at the Kentucky Athletic Hall of Fame. Again, he excels in 3 sports, football, wrestling, and baseball. Again, he has 2 state championships in wrestling. He was 15th Region Baseball Player of the Year last year. He's been 3-time National Daily Independent Our Area player. I think he made one third-team All-State this year. He was a Class 4A Player of the Year in football. He is a Mr. Baseball candidate here this year. Again, he has chosen to accept the scholarship to Marshall University as a baseball player beginning here in the fall of 2017 here. So I mean, he has got a lot of accomplishments, and they're all well deserved because he has worked extremely hard for each one of those.
Right now, it's been a great time for him just to walk.
Wouldn't it be?
Standing ovations.
Say, Sean says he's on his way.
Coach Hall, I talked to Coach Hall, and he said he's on his way.
You know where to walk to? You reckon he's walking upstairs?
Well, that's where I went. I ran upstairs to see if maybe he didn't know. I mean, he's been here and been recognized before, so I'm not real sure. If we've got just a moment, maybe he will show up. I don't think you mentioned, but you might have our success at Johnson Central with Skills
I
USA.
did not.
If you don't mind me sharing
No
that.
idea.
This past week, our Skills USA, which crosses all those disciplines, robotics, carpentry, all of those things, we had 46 students attend the state competition, state conference and competition. 44 of those actually competed on site, so we had 44 students competing at the state level who had won or advanced out of the region. Out of those 44, 31 or 32 placed. Out of the 31 or 32 that placed, 21 were state champions. So more than half of our students come away with the state championship. At the award ceremony in Louisville at the Crown Plaza, it was pretty much a Johnson Central show when it come time for awards, and that's a tribute to all of our CTE programs, our staff, you guys supporting those programs. But that's the best overall showing that I ever know of by any school at the state level, and all those students will return to Louisville in June for the national competition. But that was a big accomplishment, and we will get those students recognized and individually, but at this point in the year, I just wanted to take a moment to brag on those students. I'm going to assume he's preparing for tomorrow afternoon's game, gentlemen.
We've tried our best. I should have move on.
They were working on them. I don't know if they got them.
There he is.
There we go.
I don't know that I've ever seen the Johnson County Board of Education delay on students.
Jordan, congratulations, we're glad to have you here tonight. As I said a while ago, as many of the accomplished athletic year awards, you're even a better young man than all that. I'm proud to stand here beside him and say that he is an outstanding young man, and I'm sure his parents are more than excited for the many accomplishments he's had and the many opportunities he has. He goes forward to his baseball career over at Marshall. We may see him playing on the big league schedule here one of these days. So, Jordan, would you like to say anything, or?
I'd just like to thank the whole Johnson County community, especially you guys. You guys have always supported the sports I play, the sports team I play, and my coaches and teammates have been great for me my whole high school career. And I just can't thank you guys enough for the support.
There's probably not been a better leader, you look at football or wrestling or baseball, than this young man here, also that's a leader for his team in each one of those categories, one of those team sports. And we just like to honor you and wish you the very best and just move forward in your career here. Thank you.
sir.
At this time, we'd like to recess into executive session pursuant to KRS 61.810B to discuss future acquisition or sale of property. Is there a motion to do so?
So made.
Second? Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.